We're back in the main menu, or not main menu, the driver menu, waiting for everyone to join up. It's gonna be one of these races where it's gonna go terribly well and everyone is gonna finish, or we'll have 3 finishers. Baku is just one of those tracks. It's a very fun track, it's a very fast track. You need we are gonna be, I think, 17 today. So yeah. So we have just hit 8 o'clock PM in UK time, so the drivers should ready up any minute now. And yeah, I can see guys trickling in. Welcome. We are gonna have a blast. And the main question today is definitely gonna be, is anyone gonna put Shanicus off that top spot? Yeah, sorry, I'm just on Twitter trying to get the link out there. Yeah. So, today we'll go to the app, Division 1, round number 2, Azerbaijani Grand Prix. In the standings, we currently have Shanicus in the lead with 23 points. Stefan Champ is in second place on 18, as we see the drivers rating up. Appledorn has 16 points, Jonesy has 14, Reloaded 12, Wifafa today in the half has 10, Blyther today in something? Williams has 8 points, Pickle Monkey has 6, Derby Bay 4, Slider Squall has 3, and the rest of the guys have 0 points. Constructor standings, Alfa Romeo has 33 points, Red Bull has 24, McLaren 18, Mercedes 14, Aston Martin 12, Alpine 6, Haas 4, and Ferrari 3. Williams and AlphaTauri still at 0 points. When we are getting into it, I want to take a moment, whilst we're still waiting for everyone. I want to take a moment to again thank our sponsors at Simracer Coin. Simracer Coin believe that crypto is the future, and they are attempting to integrate that passion for crypto with their passion for sim racing. Their token Simracer Coin, or SRC, as it's listed under the KDEX exchange, can be bought or won and then traded for Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then traded to real cash if that is what the owner wants. In the near future, there is going to be a marketplace called SimThunder that is coming, and you'll be able to spend these Simracer coins on stuff like coaching experience, setups, custom liveries, stuff like that. So yeah, and this can be won or bought whatever platform you're on, even if you're on PC or Xbox or like us on PlayStation, and it just doesn't have to be with just us. But yeah, that is what Simracer Coin is. Again, thank you very much, as we now get into the quali session. Pickle Monkey is first on track, and considering how many people are going on mediums, I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be dry, at least for a start, because I don't see I doubt there will be any rain at the beginning. Right now 4 people are on the medium tires. This is a track where you will want the slipstream from the car ahead, especially through sector 3. But also the beginning of sector 1, but something to think about is if you get too close, you will lose a lot of time through sector 2. So it's one of these where you can maybe cooperate with your teammates, as Pickle Monkey now begins their first half lap, and they run a bit wide instantly in turn 1, but they haven't invalidated so far. Monkey now coming towards turn 3. I'm gonna go as close to the wall as possible there, without touching it obviously, to get as much time. Here you don't want to touch any curb. And then it's a small run down to this turn where you can cut quite a lot and still keep your time. Pickle Monkey through the castle section now, the tightest section on this track, and a very technical part. Coming towards a bit of a weird braking zone. You don't want to touch too much of that curb, but does as well. And here is the sector 2 split. There it's quite easy to pick up a few warnings, just running a bit too wide. And here with worn tires, these corners can actually be quite dangerous, but now on low fuel and perfect tires, it is going to be flat out. And Pickle Monkey 140.9 is the time to beat. Squall comes in and pans, beats it 140.3. Master Mad comes over the line 140.7. Jonesy comes towards the line now and goes P3 140.7 as well. And that's Appledorn coming towards the line now, over the line to begin their hot lap. Aki into Williams. Aki comes in 6th on the mediums as well. Now Blyther has invalidated, so has probably backed off and gone again. Shanicus is not on a hot lap, so we'll hop on board with Lewis, who is the next one to cross the line. Was purple through sector 2, which is interesting. And Lewis the Beaker, can they go on to position pole? Yes, 139.2 is the current time to beat. Squall on the mediums goes P3 140.4, and that is a very good time, especially on the mediums. But on board with Shanicus now, the championship leader and last season's champion for Division 1. And Own Mossman has retired, spinning out of last turn before. The basic spray. That is going to be Own Mossman at best in P4. Mechanicus coming towards the line. And we're going to be in the provisional pole position. 1:38.4. Yes. By almost a full second. Peasky in the Alpha Tauri. Peasky. everyone else, and now Castle. We don't want to get too throttle happy with that. And has made that section pretty well. He's now coming towards the outward turn where a small mistake can put you in the wall. And Pisky now coming towards the line. Where will they end up? They will go with a 1:39.3 P3. Now Stefan, second in the championship. Can they put it? Second on the grid currently. Lewis hasn't improved? No? Yeah, and Stefan goes P3 as well. P3 with a 1:39.2 and puts down Pisky to P4. Reloaded. Aston Martin is the car furthest up the road now. Looks pretty neat through that section. Now the castle looks pretty neat as well. Reloaded. Where will they end up is the question. Purple through the second sector. Quickest of them all. And that is some... $55. 39.8. Aki Williams look like they were behind. Picker Monkey is far behind. Made a mistake somewhere. Aki is well far behind. I just realized. So Mr. GFX lad from Division 2, Division 2, here in Division 1 goes P5, a very good lap on the mediums from Mr. GFX lad, a very good lap, and Blyther goes P5 and puts Mr. GFX lad down 1:39.4, but that is on the softs. GFX in a very good position right now. Ice 1 goes P10 on the soft tires, and Own Masterman is down into P11, and we'll have a free choice of tires at least. As Pants, I think, is no. Jonesy is definitely at a hot lap at least, and is coming towards turn 3. We currently have two drivers in the 38s, from with a 38.4 and Lewis 38.9. Lewis, a very quick driver, who I thought with in Season 2, in Division 2, Lewis won, and Edison has been in Division 1. Oh, little bit from Jonesy into Castle. From that view I had. They have improved big time. 8 attempts through that second sector, and where will that end up being? Looks like top 10 at least, but where exactly will it be? Jonesy P7 finds another 10, and it's P7. That's Shanicus. On 8th lap, and Sean. That's my microphone unplugged. That was a bit awkward. Now Sean moves that cut. Now the question is, how is the car position? It looks very, very solid. Shanicus. Down 3/10. Can Sean get within or into the 37s? It's not impossible. Trying to get and Sean 38-0. Can't quite get into the 37s, but it's still almost a full second between Sean and Lewis. Wow. This car goodbye by Ice One. This car gets P7, 139.6, which is definitely not bad. Reloaded, coming towards the line, reloaded, improves to P7. Which is very good. Aki now unfortunately has found a lot of time, and Aki gets P10. Glider improved, but didn't quite get up the grid, just behind 50 still. Pants now coming towards the line. Doesn't look to be that much of an improvement. Oh, it is P7. And Piski gets P3. Puts Stefan Champ down 8th place. This ball hasn't validated. This one's a lot down. Appledorn. Can Appledorn improve? Yes, P9. That's Jonesy outside the top 10. And a free choice of tires. We will hop on board now with Stefan. Loaded. Got P8. Stefan fan is trying and trying. Stefan gets P3 back from Piski, 1:38.9. We have 3 drivers within the 1:38. Can Flyver join them? No. Lifts off to not improve. Aki is not on a hot lap, so that will be your grid. Ladies and gentlemen, Sonicus is on pole once again. So then, Sonicus, pole position ahead of Louis the Beaker. Stefan Champ gets P3 in the McLaren, and Piski in the end unfortunately got P4, which is still a great position. So then, Sean, Louis, Stefan, Piski, Blyther, Mr. JFX Lad on the mediums is P6. Pants is P7, Reloaded, Appledorn, Slider Squall, Jonesy, Aki, Ice One, Pickle Monkey, Own Master Mad, and Rufafa in P16. So now the drivers will have a little bit of time, and there is the countdown to show that they have at most 20 seconds remaining to change small details on their setups, change fuel levels, and just get ready to race. Obviously no formation lap. Here in the Raft we have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. We have the 5 red lights. They are out and we are racing. Sean gets away well. Lewis moves over, and Mr. GFX Lab with a great start on the mediums up into P4. Stefan keeps it. We have movement further down the grid. The pit stop strategy is a pre-stop according to the game. I guess we're gonna see about that. But a very clean start. Oh, and as I say that, Reloaded. Oh, whoa, whoa, what a chaos. And it all started with reloaded, I think misjudging. Misjudging that braking spot, and we have a safety car on lap 1 in this division as well. It looked like reloaded misjudged the braking and ran, tried to avoid the collision by going inside, and the driver ahead didn't realize and closed the door, which wasn't really expected for anyone to go inside, and reloaded ended up hitting the wall. There's still a little bit of chaos here. Now we're gonna see what the guys up ahead do. Obviously old softs aren't gonna last a very long time, but they decided to stay out, except for Stefan. Stefan goes into the pits, Squall goes into the pits as well. It has been a very chaotic period. And Pickle Monkey is up 8 positions, Wufafa is up 9 positions in the P7. And then a lot of guys here needing repairs to get done. Reloaded losing 6 positions off the start. Stefan, obviously with pitting, losing 5, but Stefan had a very clean start before the pits, so I can't look into that too much. Actually losing 3 positions, and Mothmad losing 1 so far. So then the tire situation is that Mr. GFX Lab is in P3 on mediums. Sean and Lewis 1 and 2 on the softs. Blyther and Pisky 4 and 5 on the softs. Pickle Monkey on the mediums. Wufafa started on softs. Interesting choice. And then Stefan Tam P8 on new mediums. Hans P9 on softs. And then we have everyone in the bottom half on new mediums, except for Akidon 15, who is on fresh softs. We're gonna have safety car for 1 more lap, as the last couple of guys hasn't quite caught up yet. So now everyone has caught up, so we're gonna have a safety car coming in at the end of this lap. It's gonna be green flag racing, as we have a bit of position swapping. And that is what they are supposed to do.
Now then, we are reaching the beginning of Sector 3, and Tronicus will be in control of the field. From now, the safety car has decided to turn off its lights, and Tronicus therefore is in control. The question is, when this Tronicus decides to go, Tronicus has pretty slowed down a lot. The car is still right there. And obviously can't go until the safety car has gone in. Now slows down a lot, and there, Tronicus has gone. Got a very, very good, and we are a couple of cars wide. The slider, oh, slider gets put into the wall by a spinning Stefan, and Squall has lost the front wing. Parts bouncing all over. Zenith so unlucky to get caught up in an incident that they had no part in from the beginning. Oh, and we have Aki running into the back of Reloaded. It looks like an own Masterman gets ahead. Hopefully no damage to either cars there. Masterman, the mediums hunting Reloaded. Here, honestly, a very much one lane corner. Can own Masterman gets up side by side with Reloaded. Let's Reloaded go for now into this braking zone. When it looked like Reloaded hit the wall. The question is, can they lose a part of the front wing? Doesn't look like it from these cameras. Appledorn closing right up to Ice 1. And Appledorn is up side by side. We have Blyther into the bits, so maybe it was Blyther hitting the wall. Oh, and we have a virtual safety car. Squall has retired. I thought I hit a part of something from wing. And it looked like a Ferrari from wing. So, oh, and that pan skips of 5 seconds. It's very much chaotic at the start of this Azerbaijani Grand Prix. Yes, here, penalties, pants, but 10 seconds worth of penalties. Will probably deserve at least 5 of those. Next pit stop. Instead, they will have to pit again and serve all of them. Virtual safety car is gone, and did Pisky get a good restart on Lewis? It looked like they got a pretty equal safety car restart, and they both go into the pits as the DRS gets enabled, and Tronicus is also into the pits. So Mr. GFX Lad is now in the lead of the race. Loaded. Ice1 gets a very good exit. on the back of Appledorn, side by side with Appledorn. Is ahead of Appledorn into that turn. Can Appledorn do anything? Looks like Appledorn got a better exit, but IS1 defending very well. Just putting that car in the middle of the track. Basically it means you can't get past. Has a little look on the Alpine, but decides not to go for it. You can see a very long train of about 5-6 cars, one after each other. Actually can't make a pass, and you maybe don't want to make a pass until the long straight, because you want DRS and slipstream and everything like that. As we get a wonderful chopper view, and we can see Reloaded very close to Appledorn, and Appledorn very close to IS1. Pants goes into the pits. And Reloaded. Oh, and there's no space there. There wasn't any space. The Alpine of Big Monkey moving a bit, under braking, probably not going to be very appreciated by the other drivers, as Reloaded is side by side on the outside, and we have 3 wide, and that's not going to work, and the Ferrari of Omostamed is around. They tried to go 3 wide into turn 5, and it just didn't work. Turn 4, and that never works. There isn't enough space. It's tight when 2 cars go through there, and they tried 3, and someone had to spin, and unfortunately it was Owen Raft in the Mercedes. On board with Appledorn, who has closed up to IS1. Look to make a move on the straight. As Aki gets ahead of Pickle Monkey. But here comes Appledorn. Appledorn pulls out. Has DRS open. And now side by side. Appledorn positions the car very well. Oh, and the Alpine, Pickle Monkey runs very, very deep into turn 1. One can't quite get past, and neither can anyone here. As Pants decided who's in the pits and has gone for the hards. And comes Chonicus in P8, having a look on Stefan. Chonicus smart about it and doesn't go for the move. Very, very close to Stefan. Now Stefan will have to use the end of the slipstream and DRS here to keep Sean behind, but I don't think that's gonna work. And this is the FX lad, and Jones is swapping positions. Up top, and Masterman has crashed, and that is a safety car, and IS1 manages get into the pits and Pickle Monkey into the pits. I don't think we're gonna see anyone. Sean manages to get ahead of Stefan. Oh, and Pants gets a drive-through. Pants has not had a good day. About 10 seconds, probably gonna be 5 now. But also has a drive-through for speeding, and Pants decides to retire. Definitely understandable. Just a horrible time. Skippex lad who just missed the pits. Last lap goes into the pits for the soft tires, and also it's a new front wing, so must have had a bit of damage. Question is, when did they get it? So, to summarize, on lap 10 we have 2 cars crashed and 1 retirement from Pants. It has been very chaotic, a lot of overtakes and a couple of crashes. Yeah. It hasn't been that bad. Sorry, that I'm a bit distracted. Sean is up into P3 after their pit stop. Loaded, and Efficiency is ahead, but they are much older tires, so let's see. Appledorn, Blyther, and Lewis are all on hards, will not have to pit again. But the question is how the pace is gonna be on those hards. I very much doubt that they will be very, very quick. So yeah, GFX Lab and Soft will probably have to pit again. Yeah, I'd say they'll probably have to pit again. If there's another safety car, they call them. Yeah, I think the medium runners, especially Pickle Monkey and Stefan, will make it to the end on these mediums. They won't be in the same nick as the hard tires, but they will have a lot more life in them. Right off the bat, Jonesy now controlling the field, and the question is how quick can they get away. Is now extremely close to Stefan. Stefan very close to Appledorn, who goes into the pits. has my commentary gone quiet? That's not good. Is it still quiet? Okay, no. I think it's sold now? Yeah, it's sold. My mic had unplugged itself. Again, I am terribly sorry about that. Mr. GFX Lad has kept P1. For an entire lap. Wasn't passed. Long straight, which is very impressive. But can they keep the tires alive? The rear tires is definitely gonna be very, very second hand, which is obviously not what you want, especially through those kinks before the finish line. You have to keep the tires in as good shape as possible. But I don't think the top three is making it to the end of the race. Still basically 10 laps left to go. And that is a long time. Now can Sean close up and not losing a lot of ERS, which is understandable. You wanna save the ERS for now, be able to attack later. So GFX keeping P1 for now. Pisky in the pits, but do they decide to go on? They will go on the soft tires. Soft tires to the end of the race. Jonesy stops to P4. Stefan getting ahead. Closed up a lot on Mr. GFX now through this lap. Just look how much Stefan is pulling away from Jonesy. Jonesy's tires doesn't look to be very good. I don't think. Oh, we have a retirement. Aki. Somewhere. To the quick left-hander, losing it exactly where I lost it almost. On the inside, and that's a safety car. And this opens up everything for these guys. I think we're gonna see the top 4 into the pits. I think we're gonna see everyone into the pits for softs, actually. Now the question is, who will have the freshest softs? How many have saved a set? Yeah, top 4 is in. There's a bit of a gap. They're also in. Lewis is in. Yeah, I think we're gonna see everyone coming in. And the loaded hasn't gone in. Loaded in P5 is a mediums. Blyther is a mediums as well. I think Blyther has made a mistake. Because it's definitely enough for the softs to go in, especially with So now there's only 9 laps left to go. Safety car not gonna come in this lap, it's gonna come in next lap. Because the monkey won't be able to catch up right now. And will probably manage to catch up by next lap. But the top 12 is still here, so if you finish, you get a point. Which is definitely a good thing. So I hope everyone who's in this race, who's listening, keep it safe and you get a point. We can see that everyone has caught up and the safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap, which means we are going to have 7 laps of racing. And there is the confirmation that safety car is in. Mr. GFX lad in the best position right now. P1. When do they go? Obviously, GFX lad will be under a very hard pressure from Sean, Jonesy, Stefan, who are all very capable of driving. Very, very late. When do they go? And they have gone, and they get a huge jump. And Jonesy has gotten a very good restart as well. Can't quite. Maybe the nice one gets a 5 second for speeding. And that's not what you want. Blyther gets ahead. Lewis having a look on reloaded as well. A lot better time right now. Reloaded. Nice one pits for hards. Oh, and unless that was flagged, Lewis hits the wall. Oh, a nice one gets another 5 seconds for crossing the white line. And that is not what you want, so I think that is Ice 1 down, cemented down into P12, but it's still a point as long as they finish. Jonesy now under a lot of pressure from Stefan. Apeldoorn with a 3-second time penalty as well down P9. That is going to be crucial at the end of the race. And Sean almost a full second behind. And this is GFX lab and just a yellow flag is Ice 1. All stuck in the castle. And that's not a fun place to be stuck at. Mr. GFX lab is mighty quick, has put down the fastest lap of the race, 1:40.4. Mr. GFX lad is currently showing Tronicus whose boss on Ice 1 retires. And that's another safety car. We have safety car number 3 in the order. And Pisky has crashed as well. And that looks to be Castle. So Pisky crashes under safety car in Castle and loses points. Yikes. That is not what you want. The safety car has come out and will probably go in instantly if we enter lap 22. We'll either go racing lap 23 or 24 depending on when the safety car decides to go in. We might have a full lap of safety car. If loaded, will definitely catch up. Mr. GFX lad will be, I think, will definitely not be happy actually with the safety car. Was actually pulling away from Sean, which they need to do to rescue anything, as they have that 3-second time penalty. Track limits. I'm gonna check warnings for Sean. Not a single one. That's impressive. So yeah,
doesn't look likely for Mr. GFX Lad to be able to trust the guys to get have to do the work themselves. Yeah, the safety car obviously out one lap, which is a bit annoying. Sorry for the long quietness. Yeah, it's just not a lot to talk about during these safety cars when they come up. I'm gonna take once again a moment to thank the sponsors, Simracer Coin. For sponsoring this league. The top 3 guys in this division gets prizes from SRC, which is very nice indeed. Now then, the safety car is in this lap. Mr. GFX Lad has 3 laps to pull 3 seconds. It is going to be tough, but it's not impossible if Mr. GFX Lad can push. And Mr. GFX Lad has gone an Appledorn. All Blyther runs him very, very wide and will be under threat now from Lewis. Blyther closing the door on Lewis. Wasn't alongside enough to have to be given space. Sean is also down into 3rd place. I'm so sorry for missing that. Jones has gotten ahead of Sean, and this is exactly what Mr. GFX Lad wants, as Sean definitely is quicker. And Mr. GFX Lad almost has 2 seconds already. So the junior driver in this is GFX lad reserving for Aston Martin, and Jonesy, main Division 1 driver in the Mercedes. And now Sean will get ahead and reloaded, and Pickle Monkey has retired. Looks like they crashed into each other. There won't be a safety car, which definitely is beneficial for Mr. GFX lad, as Jonesy keeps ahead of Shonicus, and it's almost at 3 seconds the gap. Oh, and a bit of touching, Jonesy closing the door on Sean, and that has invited Stefan to join the party. Can Stefan put Sean out of the podium places? We only have 8 drivers finishing, not quite the 3 I said, but yeah, half the grid DNFing. Either P5 on those medium tires. Lewis can't quite get close, and crucially Mr. GFX lad has over 3 seconds and is currently in the race lead. So Mr. GFX lad is now in the race lead. I am gonna swap over 2 penalties so we can see exactly what is happening. On 15, as we have the DRS enabled for the final lap of the Baku Grand Prix. Sean and Jonesy side by side through turn 1. Now through turn 2. Sean gets the position. Jonesy with the DRS closing and closing and closing. But it's not gonna be enough, and Stefan completely dives down the inside of Jonesy and is up into P3. Very opportunistic move from Stefan that worked out. Lewis still behind Blyther, has to make the move this lap because there is no more laps, and Sean 4 seconds behind. Now 3.9. We will have to keep an eye on that. 3.8. Now the gap. Oh, back up to 4 seconds. That I think is gonna be enough. 4.2. Mr. GFX lad is mighty quick. Blyther, it's looking like they're gonna keep ahead, but now as Mr. GFX lad closes up to the line, winning the Grand Prix on track, and will win the Grand Prix overall. Shonicus gets second, Stefan got P2 in the end, Jonesy has to settle for P4 after Stefan manages to keep ahead, even though the slipstream and DRS was in favor. Mr. GFX lad wins the Division 1 race and is my driver of the day. Mr. GFX lad did very well to keep ahead of Sean. He got a bit of help from Jonesy, but they definitely had the pace. So Mr. GFX lad in the Aston Martin, my driver of the day, wins the race in the end by 1.5 seconds. even though they had a 3-second time penalty. Stefan Champ in the McLaren gets P3 ahead of Jonesy in P4. Lyther gets P5, Lucy Beaker gets P6, Fafa P7, Appledon got P8. Pickle Monkey and Reloaded both get qualified 3 laps down. Pisky, Ice One, Aki, Pants, Own Mastermad and Squall all DNF'd through that Grand Prix. Wow, what a race. Azerbaijan, always a fun one with overtakes and more often than not last lap drama. And Raft Racing League definitely didn't disappoint this week either. I hope you guys enjoyed the race. Until next week, when we have round 3. I have been your host Jesper.